Senator Manchin's visit here is about as big as it gets. He chairs the powerful Energy Committee, which oversees the U.S. Department of Energy, or DOE. And around here, most people don't trust the DOE, saying it's ignoring obvious signs of danger. So today, Senator Manchin joined Congressman Tim Ryan in a search not only for answers, but solutions. Dwayne Pullman with Channel 12. I'm Joe. Senator Joe Manchin joined Congressman Tim Ryan not at the now closed uranium processing plant, but here at Zahns Corner, where this middle school closed more than 3 years ago when particles of enriched uranium were discovered inside. You realize how important your visit is here to Pike County.
That's why I'm here.
Children who attended Zahns Corner and who lived near the plant died from rare cancers. My investigation exposed air monitors picking up radioactive particles around ports, including plutonium-related particles that could be connected to shipments from Russia. DOE insists there is no threat posed by the plant. Are you concerned about what you're hearing?
Absolutely. I come from the state of West Virginia, and I said my whole state's made up of Pike counties.
Senator Manchin took the controversy head on, saying he'll join Congressman Ryan to demand answers from DOE. You're in one of the most powerful positions to do something here.
Well, I'm chairman of the Energy Committee, so we have oversight of DOE. We have oversight of the nuclear program in the country. So there's answers to be had here.
That's good news for Pike County and for Ryan, who has ratcheted up his push for answers from DOE following my investigation.
We need answers, obviously, and having Senator Manchin here is a huge step for Southern Ohio.
No question, this is a huge day for Southern Ohio, and it's far from over. Next week, I'll show you how my Fallout investigation is now triggering a very real demand for specific answers about what's really going on here. That's next Thursday at 6, right here on Local 12 News. For now, I'm Dwayne Pullman in Pike County. For decades, people living in the shadow of the Portsmouth Gaseous Diffusion Plant, or PORTS, have felt alone, facing growing evidence from the government's own data that this now closed Cold War plant that once processed uranium for America's nuclear bombs is spreading radiation.
It's a nightmare.
Causing cancer.
We've got, alarming cancer rates.
And death.
That was my best friend, and my son.
The U.S. Department of Energy, or DOE, which oversees ports, insists there is no threat posed by the plant. But over the past 2.5 years, my investigation uncovered children dying from rare cancers.
They took something special from me.
And air monitors around ports capturing dangerous radioactive particles. And an environmental radioactivity expert in Arizona confirming that ports is the source of the contamination. Do you believe it spreads out much further than what it is?
It has to, it's obvious.
Plus, my investigation uncovered documents revealing Russian radioactive shipments to ports with at least trace amounts of plutonium.
It is shocking.
5 months ago, my investigation stunned Congressman Tim Ryan, who promised to ask tough questions.
Complete transparency, period.
This month, Representative Ryan made good on that promise, sending this letter to Secretary of Energy Jennifer Granholm, asking many of the same questions I've been asking of DOE for years. You're demanding answers.
Yeah, we want the Department of Energy to absolutely come clean.
Coming clean, the congressman says, means full disclosure.
And I am just not convinced that we have all the information that we need.
In his letter, Congressman Ryan, who sits on the House Energy and Water Development Committee, which oversees DOE, cites my on-air reports, referring to high cancer rates I exposed, as well as the deaths of Zach Farmer and Kate Smith that I focused on, from cancers that Ryan's letter points out can be induced by radiation. Plus, Ryan's letter cites reports from Dr. Michael Ketterer, who helped me prove the radioactive contamination is coming from ports. And Ryan's letter zeroes in on the megatons to megawatts program I highlighted, where 20,000 nuclear warheads from the former Soviet Union were processed into uranium and shipped to ports. My investigation uncovered documents proving those Russian shipments contained at least trace amounts of plutonium, which is far more deadly than uranium. In his letter, Ryan states, "My reports raised serious questions related to the safety and security management of the megatons to megawatts program."
We know the uranium, but now it looks like plutonium, which is outrageous.
Good to see you. In May, when I tried to get answers from a senior advisor for DOE's Office of Environmental Management, he walked away.
Did you have plutonium? Did you have plutonium?
Congressman Ryan is not only asking tough questions, his letter is also demanding documents, including raw data and official reports of sampling and testing of Russian shipments of radioactive material shipped to ports, and notes, reports, and testing data cited in this report from the General Accounting Office, or GAO, about those Russian shipments. And the congressman is asking for declassification of a secret GAO report we could not see. Plus, Ryan's letter asks for raw data from all monitors around ports from 1994 to present. That includes data from this air monitor at Zahns Corner, which picked up plutonium-related particles and is across the street from a middle school closed after particles of enriched uranium were found inside.
To construct a new middle school.
While Ryan's letter was sent in the midst of his run for Senate, he insists his push for answers about radioactive contamination around ports and its connection to cancers rises above politics.
What do you say to those who might suggest that you're doing this for political reasons?
Go meet with the families. There's not a human being that could sit there and listen to what these families have gone through, and if you're in a position of power, not do everything you can to try to help them. You know, just because there's an election doesn't matter to me.
Do you expect to get complete answers?
I'm going to be like a dog with a bone on this thing. I'm going to get the answer, and that's my commitment to those families.
I asked for an interview with J.D. Vance, Representative Ryan's Republican opponent in the Senate race, to ask what he would do about what I've uncovered. He declined, but sent me this statement. Ohioans deserve the full truth of what's happened, including the extent of the environmental and health impacts on Ohio families and communities, he wrote, adding, "As senator, I'll fight for answers, accountability, and action." By the way, a spokesperson for the Department of Energy tells me DOE will reply to Congressman Ryan's letter and will cooperate with his request. Of course, I'll let you know what happens next. I'm Dwayne Pullman, Local 12 News.